All right, it's the weekend. We've got bug fixes in, so I can actually do some more football tactics and glory here. I'll be streaming tonight, and then I'll probably do it again tomorrow afternoon or evening, something like that. I think Friday and Saturday is the time for me to do it. Yeah, but where are we now? Campaign. We still have the campaign going on. I know Creo team was working on the World Cup mode, so it might actually be a good idea to test that as well. Excuse me. As per usual, it's just a pretty chill stream. Nothing's really on the docket. I'm just playing the game. It's an easy way to record it. Streams automatically go up to YouTube, so I don't have to do the work of uploading and editing and that jazz. It's a nice little easy way to do it, and then it gets the game out there. And it provides useful feedback for Creo team themselves. They do check it out to see how things are working. Sometimes they'll pick up bugs that they didn't see and stuff like that. It's just beta testing, really. Okay, and then they'll warn you about bugs and stuff just so you're aware of it. Hmm. Okay. All right, so they said there's a bug where the ball disappears occasionally. Sometimes it might happen. World Cup. Yeah, I know they made some updates as well. They have their own internal stuff going on, which is always great. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can load up the save because I know they did kind of fix a bug related to that mode. Let's see if I can load it up. That was the last game. I believe I won that game. I don't remember what the score was. We'll grab Glory. Glory's always nice. It was a draw, right? Prestige Cup. I don't remember this game. It was so long ago. It was like 7 days ago or something. It was the last weekend. Yeah, we drew, but we won the aggregate. Okay, got it. I remember now. This is when we were doing the training session just to get our players up to speed, really. So let's just see if this can continue, because I need to test that as well. Generally, I'll send them the save files. They have a nice little system for packaging up the error log and the save file and stuff. And then it just zips it up. It's pretty nice. So let's see, we still got the Scottish campaign going. I'll probably stick with this team into the Premier League just to see how it feels to play one team all the way to the end. As per usual, the world expansion, or the world title, the next title, I guess you can call it, has a bunch of its own stuff going on. It has football and cultures. Every culture has a specific bonus. Right now it's just like 12 countries that have it. But the end goal is to give like every country a culture, even if it's shared across some of the minor countries. And then all the other stuff you'd expect to see. If you're familiar with the game, you know what it looks like, you know what it plays like, you know what the strategic layer looks like, about the coaching goals and the contracts and stuff like that. The national team is a new thing. Once you have enough reputation, which you earn by completing your goals throughout a campaign, you get an opportunity to coach for a national team. You do have the ability to request certain countries. So if I wanted to be a coach for one of the bigger countries, I could make that request. Of course, your reputation has to be higher. If you want to go to a country like maybe the Netherlands or Italy or something like that, versus a minor country like Chile or something. That's going to be something to take into consideration. And of course, you can set the countries you want to work in. It's going to be a bigger deal in this game as opposed to the last game because the countries all have their own footballing culture. I want to work in Belgium eventually because I want to see how their bonus feels. I'm also kind of testing the bonuses to see how they feel in a real world situation, I guess. Like Creo team had their own way of ranking the bonuses, but of course they're internal. It's a couple of guys over there, and they all play in different ways, which is nice. But it's just putting another voice into the theater, I guess. Let's see. I think it's Prestige Cup time. If I remember correctly, I have 3 players out on loan. I'm also training up a player that a team loaned to me. And I'm using the lone player to get additional glory, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if I can find that guy. There he is, Little. So I can actually check his profile. I've gotten 33 glory, you know, since I've been using him. I've trained him up. He's gained some additional levels and stuff like that. I think I bought him for like 15 glory or something, or accepted the loan for 15. Normally you have to pay a cost to accept a loan, and then you potentially gain a profit depending on how you use the player. Which makes sense, because it is like a short-term trade, you know, if you know how the loan system works. So they can loan you a really good player, and then he can get you some wins, you know, even if some of your other players are on the bench. So it makes sense. I wonder what this is here. Okay, this just allows you to look at the different players. Okay. And of course, I've loaned out some of my players as well, because I can't train everybody. This kind of lightens the load a little bit, which is good. I can see how well they've been doing. I can actually check their career here. He's played in 15 games and he's gotten 2 assists, which is really good. You know, they've used him really well. What I also like about the loan system is the fact that interest goes up as players are used. So I can get this guy back and I can immediately sell him. Or maybe I can get an offer for like a higher than market value price or something. That's also a nice way to keep them in the game, basically. You know, other clubs will kind of pay attention to them and whatnot. And you don't have to do any of that work yourself. He's also pretty young. I mean, he's only a giftedness level 1. I'm in like the 2nd league now, so giftedness level 1's kind of falling off. I don't think it's completely fallen off yet, but it's kind of bottom of the barrel right now. But he's not bad. You know, he has good passing, he has decent control. You know, he's a Scottish player, so they get the planning ahead bonus. So he's gonna have like, what, 100 passing when he holds the ball and keeps it, which isn't bad. Especially for a wing midfielder, that's actually pretty solid. And he has enough control to make it work. Let's see, we have McAllister. Let's take a look at him. I can already tell that he hasn't really been used that often because his interest is low. Now I can immediately tell they haven't really been using him that much. Yep, only 3 games so far. I can also look at the host country, or the host team, and see what they've been doing. So, where is he? I don't see him. That might be him right there. Yeah, but they haven't used him all that often, unfortunately. You also have McPhee. Let's see. His interest is average, so he's probably been getting played occasionally. 7 games is about right. I'm not sure if he's gained any levels. But he's been played somewhat, you know. It's not terrible. He's age 23 as well, so he needs to get up there soon. And of course I have my players here. I have the older players. I need to start thinking about replacing them, especially the defense. Defense is a big deal. Since I only have 3 defenders, it's really tough. Like you can see, this guy's been injured. I have some other players who might be able to specialize into defense. I have Clark. And I have a few others that are probably going to be attacking based. Garth and Gilmore. Probably midfield, because I'm playing a pretty heavy midfield, I think. I normally play a heavy midfield. The midfield has the most versatility out of all the other areas of the field, which is how football works, you know? The midfielders are basically the heart of the team, and everyone else is kind of specialized. And then another thing that this game has is the international tournaments and the continental tournaments. So you can see that we have these national teams that are playing in the tournaments, and you'll get some information as time goes on. Your country can also play in those tournaments. When you become a national coach, you can also coach for those tournaments as well. So I'm not the Scottish coach, but I can see what Scotland's doing. You can see they've advanced to the qualifying stage, European Championship. They're probably going to get knocked out. They're playing against France, and the Netherlands and Spain are in their group. They're getting knocked out, but they made it there. That's something, you know. It's not the end of the world. And it's cool because as time goes on, you'll see the forecast and news change. So they'll give you the score of the match. They'll tell you that the team's progressed, whether or not they've advanced or been knocked out. You'll see that happen as well. In notes, it'd be nice to be able to watch some of these games. I'm not sure of how feasible that is. I know Creo Team's aware of it, but you know, they have so many other things to do. It's more like a nice to have, honestly. And then you can also look at the tables, you can look at the country rankings, you can look at your own country. Of course, all of these are based on your current campaign, so it's only using countries from your campaign. basically the campaign being your game world. So I can see, you know, sixth place, country position, kind of check it there. You can see who you're behind and whatnot. And then I think it's by continent. So Africa doesn't have a whole lot in my campaign, neither does Asia. The Americas have like 12 or so. It's not a whole lot. It'd be cool to be able to see the entire world right here instead of just the individual continents. Like, you know, FIFA World Rankings are based on like the globe, if I recall correctly. Then you have all the tournaments, the World Championships, you know, the World Championship 2030. I think it's every 4 years, just like real life. And then you have the Continental Cups and stuff. And then, of course, the Club Cups, right? And the League. So I also like the way that it kind of scales up. You start from the bottom, which is the league play, then you go up to the domestic cups, which is the club tournaments, you know, clubs from various, what is it? Domestic cup would be clubs from the same nation. And then continental tournaments will be clubs from various countries on the continent. They're like the best clubs from all across the continent. And the Club World Cup, the best clubs from around the globe, which is also pretty interesting because on this scale, you'll also get the whole competing football and culture showing up, even if you're not at the World Championship level. So like Brazil versus Cameroon, or is that Senegal? Not even sure. Yeah, Senegal, yep. Brazil versus Senegal will have a completely different set of players. England versus Korea. South Korea will have a different matchup and stuff. And they'll be interspersed with like international players because club teams tend to have like a mix, but they'll be predominantly the host nation. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out. That's a very interesting interaction there. I'm going to play against Coatbridge FC. You can start to see that they're European teams. They have a lot of European talent from around the continent. You know, they have someone from the Netherlands. They have a German goalkeeper, Netherlands goalkeeper, Germany, of course. The nation of Scotland, so they're predominantly Scottish, and Netherlands. So they have a lot of players from all across the continent. And then they have this player who's more than a 2-star. I know that because I can't see his information. My scouting information only shows me up to 2 right now because that's what I've hired. If I go ahead and take a look at that, go down to hiring agents, it's basically the default level of your scouts. So there's an incentive to invest in your scouting center because they'll also give you information on opponents. But if you don't have the scouts, you can always hire a specific level. So I've hired agents for this time period. This is their remaining time period, 9 days. And they can see up to 2 stars. So even though I can't see everybody, I still get some decent information. Because I know if I can't see them, I know they're at least level 3 because of the information that I have. So I immediately know this guy is going to be a pain because he's significantly better than most of the other players. But then they have some other players that are good. So let's get into some match, so let's actually start planning for it. Strategic layer. Again, I'm using a campaign option that hides the opposing formation. I like that option because it kind of forces you to consider your own strategy and plan for the potential future instead of just countering what the AI has outright. You know, I kind of have to look at what they have and kind of make a guess, prepare my formation, make sure it's flexible enough to adjust and all of that. So they have a 5-2-3, which means they're going to have a pretty sparse midfield, which is good for me. They also get the ball first, so they're going to get the kickoff advantage. They have 2 players with nutmeg, and they have a player with head play, Mulgrew. I don't know how they're set up in the front. I just know that these 2 guys are here somewhere, and then he's probably somewhere here too. I don't know. He could be on the edges because he's a universal forward. But I know that the right midfielder has to play over here. Right? I know that they have a midfielder, I know that they have players with head play, and I know they're going to get the ball first. So I know they're probably going to try to play for the header, right? They're going to try to cross it and get a quick header. I also know it's raining, so they're going to be somewhat deterred by the rain. He has so much passing, I don't think it's going to matter though. And that's their midfield, right? It's not that scary. They don't have any fullback, so if I can get the ball to the midfield, I should be able to hold it up. The goalkeeper has that ability, which means I probably need to adjust. Probably won't be playing you. I might be playing you. Accuracy's okay. Let's see what else we got. It is raining though, so that's going to be a problem. It's going to be a huge problem, actually. They don't have a CM. That's actually good. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to make him an AM, and I'm going to put him there. Because I want to take advantage of Scotland's bonus. Really. Now let's see what we got. I might play Clark, just because Clark's almost a defender. And I might play it like this. Let's see. He's not very good, but he might serve a purpose. We also have Masters who's getting up there as well. And my defense is pretty weak, but the ball's really not supposed to be down there that often anyway. I'm going to see if I can play it through the center. You know, I'm going to see if I can do that. Get him into the box, get him the ball, hold the ball, and then potentially run up and then pass it through. See if I can do that. And then I have my subs ready to go. I don't think I'm going to play Little again. I think I've used him as much as I need to now. I'm going to go ahead and get started though. Let's see. To the match. When the match starts, I'll be able to see what their formation is. So if I go ahead and check it now, that's their formation. That's where their players are. I have a fullback, so it's going to be harder for him to work. It also looks like they're going to take the shot because he's all the way over there. Again, they don't have a CM, so if I can get the ball to the middle, I probably have free reign to just get it into the box on my next turn. Like, he might be an issue, but other than that, we should be okay. They're going to pass it forward. He has good accuracy. Yeah, he's just going to shoot. That's smart. Not even going to waste time. I'm going to see if I can win the ball here. Okay, that's good. Oh, he has solid defense. I need to pass the ball up then. Because he's motivated, he's probably going to win the ball with an aggressive tackle, I imagine. And he's so strong. He's so strong accuracy-wise, I don't think it makes sense to even risk it. He does have slide tackle, though. I didn't notice that. Didn't realize that. He's probably going to lob it. Yep. That's the right call. Because he's motivated. Good save, though. Didn't realize he had slide tackle, though. It's a shame. He's a right wing midfielder out of position, though, so I'm not that worried about it. That 47 versus 17 is pretty good. That's fine. I can still make this play. Trying to think about this. I could potentially run the flank if I wanted to. Wanted to try to get it through. 80 defense. I don't think so. Trying to think about what I'll go for here. Do I go for head play? I could potentially do head play. Thinking. I'm going to get him into the box. I'm just going to hold it again. Yeah, he has slide tackle, though. Yeah, you see, I have 71 passing because I'm Scottish. This guy, he's going to shoot. He's not going to nutmeg. Yeah. He's going to shoot because I have 2 CDs right there. Nutmeg's not the right call. Let's see if I can make a play here. It's going to be rough, though. Can try it. No, I'm not going to make it. It's alright. I might try to win the ball just to get the get some training points there. Risking a foul, but I'm also trying to train these guys up. And now it's actually my ball. Now let's see what we got. I'm going to press forward here, so I'm going to make him a CM. I'm going to make him play there. I'm going to make him play over there. I'm going to leave him here just because it's going to make it harder to nutmeg through. I think I'm going to leave everybody as is. And I'm going to see if I can cross the ball here, maybe. At least get into the box. See, we got Clark. I'm going to leave Clark in for now. Should I do that, or should I play him? I'm going to leave Clark in, just for now. And then I'll probably take him out later. Yeah, so the idea is to attack. Even if we don't score, we keep the ball up front. And then we kind of force them to play around us. Gonna cross it. That's not a good challenge, but if I can hit the goalkeeper, it's worth it. It's always worth it to hit the goalkeeper, make the goalkeeper save the ball. You know, sometimes he'll mess up even if he's significantly more powerful than you. Let's see. I wonder if you can take the ball. He has 23 control, so I'm going to take it with him. Just because he's more likely to keep it. I'm gonna go from behind just in case he keeps the ball. If he does keep the ball, he'll probably get fouled. That's gonna kind of slow them down. But I got it. 23 control, solid. He's not gonna get the ball back. Ooh, don't do it, don't do it. He did it. Well, that was risky. Let's see if I can win the ball here. Let's see. Maybe I'm trying to figure out who I'm gonna tackle with. Who's the best option? Not you. Who has... Oh, there it is. Yeah. Creo team mentioned that the ball does disappear sometimes. So it just disappeared right there. I know he still has the ball, so it's not a big deal. It is a bug. It is a work in progress, as you'd expect. The ball has vanished. Oh. Give me 1 second. Yeah, the ball vanished. That stuff's gonna happen. It is an early build of the game. Very well. I wouldn't say it's very early, but it's early. It is pretty solid even now, though. They had a really good foundation, and they had everything planned out for the most part. They're kind of just checking things off the list, really. Yeah, but the AI knows where the ball is, so it's not a big deal. Based on the AI, I can figure out where it is. They went for the layoff pass. They're going to go for the cross. Ooh, they're going to shoot? Wow, can't believe he scored that. I think it's because the ball was invisible. The goalkeeper couldn't see it. That's why. That's why they scored. Anyway, let's see what else we got. I'm probably going to go for the cross again. I think I'm going to take you out now. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference, though. I need a turn where I just hold the ball and get fouled. Donahue is a left midfielder, but Donahue is also tired. It's going to be a tough one. I can go for head play, I guess. For all the good it will do. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, they're going to make a sub. That's actually smart. That's really smart. You know, they reacted to the fact that I've been crossing the ball. That I could cross the ball, so they made that change. That's really smart. It's gonna make it tough for me, though. He has 70. I can still get past him. You know, it's not impossible. I might actually make a change now that I think about it. I might move you here. Let's move you up. I don't know if he has enough control to make this work, though. He might. I'm also going to play you over here. We're going to do that. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work, but who knows? You got to give it a try. He has level 2 head play. Well. Yeah, I mean, he has level 2 because he has level 1. Let's go with him. You know, if anyone's going to score it, it's going to be him. The ball's invisible, but I know where it is. Pass it to him. Try to run the flank here. Potentially get past him. Because it's a flanking run, they get a minus 70% penalty to tackling. So even though he has 70 defense, it's lower. But the thing is, they're both doubling up, which is like an what's the word? A very what's the word? It's kind of a hidden bonus to the sweeper because not many people use flank runs in this game. It's like when the sweeper moves over here, he can actually contribute to the defense of a flank run. So if it was just him, I would probably win because it's all the way down to 21. But it's 21 plus 15 because it's also down for him, and then they add together to give you 36. So together, they're more likely to stop me from running the flank, which is pretty neat, honestly. Yeah, I would have failed the first one anyway, but yeah. I'm gonna see if I can potentially win the ball. Got it, but now what? I have to get fouled now. Ooh, he might fail. Ooh, oh, you gotta dive, dude. You gotta be a submarine in those situations. Oh, staying upright. I understand why they don't dive though. Number one, Creole team doesn't like the theatrics. I get it. Nobody likes the theatrics in football. That's why the referee gives you a yellow card if you dive. Dive, what do they call it? Simulation nowadays. So if you try to draw a foul and it's obvious, the ref will just card you for it. Yeah, but it'd be pretty cool to have like a culture or something that's all about diving, which is basically just increasing the chance of a foul and reducing the chance of an injury if you get fouled, which makes sense. And I like that because even if you don't want to take advantage of the whole diving aspect, you still have the bonus to injury reduction when you do get fouled. So it's kind of a nice double-sided bonus. It's kind of like Germany's, for example. Something like that. Yeah, but Creole team doesn't like it. I get it. When you're actually watching football, you don't like seeing guys flop and stuff. So I understand. More about sportsmanship, right? Yeah, but we lost that one. 1-0 is not terrible. It's possible to tie up the aggregate or even win. I think what really ruined me that day was the rain more so than anything else. So it kind of prevented it didn't prevent me from using my bonus. It made it tougher. But also the nice thing about it is the fact that I played against them, so I kind of know what they're going to run in the next game, which is of course pretty useful. I'm going to go ahead and go with you. I'm going to play for possession in the midfield. I'm going to start with that. Play for possession. Probably going to play it to the outside, I'm thinking. It might actually be the play to make. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to put him there. And he's going to be the guy that holds the ball, right? I think I'm going to play more aggressive this time as well. Just trying to think about it. Like, where would I play him? I mean, he can be there. It's fine. It's the same difference. It doesn't really matter. In fact, it does matter a lot because he's not going to take the ball. See what we got. Kelman is also quite good, honestly. There are a bunch of different things I could do here. There are like a lot of things I could do, honestly. Especially since I know how they're gonna play it. I played them in the last leg. So there are a few things I could do. Kelman's also quite good here. Kelman might actually be a better choice if I'm being honest. You can see I can no longer see their stats or anything because my agents have retired or their contract has ended. I could spend more money to hire agents again, but you also have to realize when time passes during the transfer period or between the transfer period and the first half of the season, that's all time that you lose. So like if I hire them to work for a month and then a month passes and nothing's happened, I lose them. So you have to be smart about that too. But probably won't hire them. That's also why you're kind of encouraged to invest in scouts, so you don't have to worry about it as much. I'm probably gonna save my glory for this coming transfer market, just because I tend to look at the extended list a lot. So I'm probably not going to use it there. And I really want to play him up there though. Let me start with this. That might be a second, what's the word? A second half option, maybe. And then let's also play, let's see, you have nutmeg, don't you? Something else I like to do is I like to play the fullbacks far forward when I have something like nutmeg, because it makes it harder to defend against it. So for example, if I wanted to nutmeg with him into the box and there was maybe a defender here, I could just move the fullback up there. He reduces the defender's chance to stop it, and then they can just go straight through. So those are options as well, but I'm gonna play it a different way. I'm gonna play him up far because I want to potentially win the ball back if necessary. Make him a fullback. That's also why I wanted to dual class him, basically. Let's see what they got here. Yeah, it's more or less the same, what's the word? It's the same formation. It's slightly different because they have him on the left. So if I wanted to defend against a nutmeg, I'd need to put these two guys together. I'm not worried about it. I'm just gonna do... The ball's still invisible, but I know where it is. Actually, let me try something. No, let me just finish this match. I'm gonna restart after this and see if it resolves the bug. They did mention that it happened, so it's not like it's an unknown for me. I'm gonna hold the ball. I'm going to see if I can keep it. There's nothing they can really do here. They can try to win it with a forward. Okay, that's smart. I see what they did. They have a sweeper in the box, but they decided to cut off the nutmeg just in case. That's smart. So I could run the flank. I'd rather do that. Just pass it to him, and then he'll pass it through him because he's an AM. He also got additional passing because he's Scottish. You know, he has planning ahead. That's 150% to his passing for one turn, which means he now has 73 versus 29, which is going to make it more likely that he'll get the ball through. Of course, it's still a challenge. I'm not going to take the risk. I'm just going to lay off pass instead. I can definitely roll lower than I'd like. So I'd rather mitigate that, honestly. So I'm going to move Calderwood over here. He's still valid on the wings. AMs have a very large area of operation. I think they pair pretty well with layoff pass when they're receiving the ball because their movement is so limited. They're the only midfielder that can move one towel, no matter what. So they're pretty slow for a midfielder, but they're really useful. I can pass the ball now. He has 68 defense by default. He's trying to intercept the ball from an AM, so he gets reduced defense. He's a CD. Let me see how I'm passing the ball. I'm actually going to pull him out of position as well, just because that's a free action, and it makes sense. Just in case I need to get the ball into the box at a later date. You know, he's no longer there. You know, he's no longer a CD, effectively. I can move here. He can't stop me. I'm going to go ahead and pass it. The only issue is that he's a DF, so he's also going to intercept as well. Always nice to have a DF back here for that reason. They get 2 chances to stop it, but it's still an AM, so it's really hard. I'm probably just going to go for the rainbow feint. Their defense is now in a shambles, which is great. I probably want to keep it like that, so it's either precision shot or rainbow feint. Yeah. If I went for a power shot and it went out of bounds, their defense would reset. We'll kind of undermine that. Ooh, that's no good. They're going to go for the nutmeg. Are they? They should. Surprised they didn't. Yeah, I expected him to go for a nutmeg there. Surprised. I'm going to do that. Who's going to get the ball, though? Let's see. Ball is right there. He has a slide tackle, so I need to be careful. I'm going to move it back here. Get away from the from him, really. I'm okay with that, honestly. He's too far to lay off pass. He has, oh well, he's gonna do it there. He has really good control too. Nice try on the cross. I respect that. I don't know where the ball is though. That's actually a problem. It's somewhere here. Probably here? Eh. I lost the ball cause does he have it? No. It's somewhere. It's a bug they're aware of. The AI knows where it is, so worst case scenario, they can get it. Yeah, but it's, we do need to score, though. If we can't score, I can always train up another player in the worst case scenario, so I might do that as well. Might actually get Clark in there right now. Might actually play him here. Probably move, probably play Masters, I think. Instead of Allardyce. Let's put Masters over there. And then let's do, Ooh, they have a guy out there. Let's do that. Let's do you, actually. Huh. Yeah, that's actually a good play. If I can get the ball to him. Don't know if I can though. It's a big if. A really big if. Place him there. Let's leave you. Thinking about this, I don't know. It might be time to play Kelman, honestly. Thinking about it. We'll do Kelman. Just because I might be able to get a shot from all the way out here if I play it properly. Yeah, and then I'm also kind of training. I probably want to put you there. Of course, you have 5 substitutions now instead of 3, just like modern day football rules. I think it went up to 5 a few years ago from 3. So you can make 5 substitutions at once. I'm not sure if that still breaks the game. I know the last time I tried it, I got some type of bug that crashed the game, but I'm not sure. Maybe they sorted it out by now. Let's see what we got. They got nutmeg over here, so I have to do this, unfortunately. I have to prep for it. I just don't have a choice. And I need to hold him off so we can't run the flank as well. He's gonna pass it. Okay, they're gonna do that, huh? Yeah, he's gonna pass it to somebody. And now I move the DF, so they're gonna get a straight shot on goal. Well, yeah, he's a D. That's good. Because he's a D, he managed to stop that. Let's see what else we got. He has slide tackle, so I don't want to keep it with him. I'm going to lob it up there just because he has slide tackle. AI knows where the ball is. AI picks it up. He's going to lob it. He's probably just going to shoot. Yeah, because of the risk of the CDs. Let's see what you got. I need someone with solid control. Also trying to figure out who to get the ball to. Not you. Maybe I'll give it to Clark and I'll just take the loss. And we'll try to get Clark up to an amateur defender. That might be an idea too. That's +5. Yeah, that's fine. It's not over yet. Let's see what you got. Oh, he held the ball as well, so he gets the bonus to passing. You know, he's Scottish. Hopefully he'll be able to get it through. I do have an opportunity. I had an opportunity, it's gone now. Yeah, but I wanted to get it to him, then I'd get it to him. I'd try to nutmeg. He could get all the way down there and then possibly take a shot. But there's a long shot for sure. Let's go ahead and get us some experience. Let's lob it. You always get +2 when you lob it. I also noticed the lack of a ball kind of messes up the specialization display. As long as I'm still getting specialization points, I don't really care. It's a main thing. Clark, okay. Yeah, so I'm still getting it, that's fine. Where's Clark? There he is. Yes, I'm still getting specialization points. We lost, that's okay. Prestige Cup is like that sometimes, and the National Cup. Sometimes you get outmatched, it happens. Alright, so let me go ahead and, let's see. I'm gonna restart because I want to see if that will clear up the bug. I know they're working on it, Cos mentioned it like the other day. So they're aware of it. It's just a chance you take. It's such a small thing, you know? You get the opportunity to actually test stuff out. Alright, that's saving. They also optimize the save system as well. I remember when Manager's Journey came out, and it was pretty poorly optimized in terms of the way teams would save, because basically the way it works is every team is playing a match. So they're playing out the full match, they're tallying the results, they're, what else? If it's a transfer window, they're also doing all the trades and everything else behind the scenes. And then, of course, it gets more and more complicated as you have more and more teams, which is why there's like a suggested number of teams per campaign. I think it's like 1,000 or something. 1,000 teams across all the various countries. Yeah, so it wasn't great on release, but they got that kind of cleaned up like a month or so after the fact. And in this game, it's really, really cleaned up. They've basically eliminated it, I think. Like I've ever noticed any extended wait time really between games. Let's see, it's transfer market opening again. Oh, nice. They give you the information on how much they've grown. 17 matches, man. They must have gotten pretty far in the Prestige Cup, because he only had like 9 when I last looked at him. That's crazy. That's a huge jump. That's 3 levels. You know, and then of course his interest is going to be sky high. So if I wanted to sell him, I'd actually get a higher profit than I normally would. It's actually pretty solid. Yeah, I mean, McAllister didn't really get used, and then McPhee got used a little more often. 7 matches, 2 levels, that's not bad. And then you know, I'm getting guys from the Youth Academy. This guy's not very good, I'm gonna sell him. And then we have the contract stuff to deal with, and then my assistant's telling me that the transfer market is open. Netherlands are making a request for a player. And I have another, okay, I'm sending Little back. Then I get plus 33 glory because of how I used him. So they're asking for a defender. I only have 3. He's not very good, if I'm being honest. So let's see what the market has. He's much better. But he's so expensive though. He costs so much. Yeah, I don't know. He's better. If I had to buy a player, it would probably be him. He's 26. He's 28. I don't know. Thinking about it. He's also Swiss. But he's an MF. If he wasn't an MF, I would consider it. If he was like a CM or something, he'd be better. That's a Swiss universal midfielder is not great. They still get the bonus, but it's the fact that you can't press for free that makes him less of a player, I think. Yeah, McDowell seems like the guy, doesn't it? Doesn't he? Who did they want? They wanted McGill? McGill's not very good. He's also older. Yeah, my defenders aren't great. Let's make that trade. You can have McGill, and you'll give me 110, which is almost 50% of his actual value. Let's take a look at the team. There's the Netherlands. They're a third league team right now because they came 13th last time, relegated. So they're in the 3rd league. My scouts aren't good enough to see these players, so I can't see anything. I'd have to invest in scouts. In fact, I can go ahead and do that right now just to show it. Let's see. Let me see. Yeah, I do 2-store right now. That's fine for a month. I normally do 2. And then if I bring it up again, I still can't see it. Huh. Maybe you just can't see anyone outside of your nation then. That's fine. Which is fair, because the whole point is to not allow you to just counteract the enemy before you even play a match. So let's accept that. We're going to accept that. Sure. We're going to get a much better player here. We're going to get McDowell. Who's also pretty leveled up as well. He's almost level 50. And he's 26. It's actually a solid purchase. I'm going to buy him. Yeah, we're going to do that. Cost us quite a bit though. And then we're going to deal with the contracts. I normally do the contracts first, but you know, in that case, it's a guy I'm going to buy no matter what, so I'm going to do that. Some pretty obvious extensions here. We're going to do you, Calderwood, of course. I normally do 1 year when they're younger. I'll only do like multiple years when they're younger if they're like an amateur player or something, or they have no class yet, because that way the contract is cheaper. Otherwise, it's 1 year. That's the I wouldn't say it's the most efficient, but it generally gives you room to switch if something happens. Like if somebody gets injured and he's injured for like 6 months or something, I don't want to have him on like a 2-year contract or something like that. It's not very efficient, honestly. Yeah, we got McDowell. We also have some other players coming through. We have, let's see, let's do that. Let's also, I tend to do this as well. I tend to do the extended list just to see what else is going on. You can get a lot of diamonds in the rough if you check the extended list. And it's pretty cheap in terms of the what do you call it? In terms of the monetary cost. Glory is not really cheap at all. Let's take a look at Atkins. Atkins is really showing up right now. That's good. What about Full of Love? Full of Love. He hasn't been doing a whole lot. He's kind of outdated now. Let's loan him out again. I know exactly who's gonna take him. Oh, Renton FC doesn't want him anymore? Okay, wow. Surprise. I mean, these guys will take him. Brian FC. Tell me about him. Are they playing wide? Not really. He might not be a good fit for that team. He'd be a better fit for this team, I'm sure, but it's just so expensive because it's a lower league. I can also look at some of these other players. McAllister, let's see. I mean, I can also see how well he was used last time. Let's see. Loan. 3. They didn't really use him, so it's not a good choice. McPhee, though. They did use McPhee. I can take a look at that again. They used him for like 7 matches. Was it this team? I don't think so. It's the wrong team. I think Atkins was with Renton. Yeah, it was Atkins twice. Okay. I'm probably going to hold on to him. Let's do McAllister. Let's loan him out to Renton. Because Renton has been using my players fairly well lately. We're going to do him. And we're also going to do McPhee. And it's cheaper because basically you're convincing these players to go to the team. So it's not like you're convincing the team to take them. Basically, you want to loan them out. The game runs some stuff in the background and it spits out 2 teams. It will spit out a team in your current league and it will spit out a team in a lower league based on a number of different factors. And then, if you send a guy to the current league team, it's, he believes it's on his level. He'll be getting experience and pay that's commensurate with what he thinks his value is. So it's going to cost less glory to convince him versus sending him to like a lower league where he thinks he's too good for it. So he's less likely to want to go there, even though the lower league teams are more likely to use him. So it's a bit of a trade-off. I send him to Renton FC. Renton has some good players, so he might be on the bench more often. I send him to the amateur league team. He's going to get played way more often because he's just better than all the other players, really. But he doesn't want to go. So it really depends. I'm going to send him to Renton FC because I think we have a good working relationship based on the last few trial periods or loan periods with Atkins. So I'm happy to send him. You can also see that I'm getting offers from clubs that I've worked with before. If you do a good job, you get a good reputation as a host club, and more clubs are willing to work with you. So let's see when I actually used him. Yeah, 9 matches in the 3rd league, so I remember him. He's an AM, yep, I remember him. Of course, there comes a cost because you have to actually pay out glory to take him. If you don't think you have the glory, you shouldn't accept it. Also, if you don't think you can actually put the player on the field, you shouldn't accept it. So in that case, I'm not sure if I'm going to accept it because I have other players that I need to train. Also, I'm going to look at the watch list. This guy's on my watch list, which is not surprising, honestly. Ooh, look at this guy. What is he? Why is he 1 million? Well, he's not on the personal list, so he's going to be more expensive. But 1 million? I guess he has 2 skills? And he has a footballing culture? And he's 23? I guess, but almost 2 million though. That's a lot. Hansen is actually better than him. Hansen's not a bad player, honestly. He's just a little too expensive for me. Huh. I'm gonna take him off, because honestly he's not that good. If we're being real about it. He's actually solid. Let's accept him, because I can always use a good attacking midfielder. Yeah, and it's not a huge glory cost. Who else is on the contract? McRae. Maybe, maybe. I do need a backup CD, and then Hammerich is back, which is good. Like he's not very good, but he's just a backup. And let's do maybe 2 more matches, probably something like that. And let me restart, because I don't think I've done that yet. Let's restart. See if we can clear up that bug. Because again, part of this is really testing to make sure things function. And I think an hour is like the sweet spot. That's funny. Fire for wrestling. 35th anniversary. Can't believe that thing's been around for 35 years. That's crazy. Like I learned about it in 2000 or so. Like early 2000s. That game's been around forever. Anything special going on though? Man, look at these guys. These Japanese legends. Muta, Kobashi, Chono. Guys are old now. Liger retired like a couple of years ago. Crazy. Time goes on, I guess. Just looking at Twitter here. I wonder what they're gonna be doing. I don't think they're updating Fire for Wrestling World. I doubt it. Anyway, let's get back to this. Get back to football tactics here. Let's see if that fixed the bug. It probably did. I'm just checking it. It's not the end of the world as long as you know that it's happening, really. Let's see, Sterling, where am I on the table? I'm barely out of the relegation zone, which is a danger zone for me because of my coach objective right here. Unacceptable performance is to get relegated from the league, and then I'll lose a bunch of reputation if it happens. The nice thing about it is, even though you lose reputation, you don't necessarily get fired immediately. I don't think it's a good system to just fire you outright for one failure. There should be ways to come back, especially if you've been with a team for a long time. So in this case, even if I get relegated, if I have enough prestige and I can convince the well, not prestige, reputation, and I can convince the president, I guess it is, to let me try again. It's possible. It just comes at a cost. Generally, you want to avoid this for obvious reasons. If you don't think you can hit the goal, aim for the satisfactory performance. Most of the time you'll end up here, which means you're not really paying anything or earning anything. And then, depending on your relationship with the president, he may allow you to try again for free, or you may have to convince him by paying like a bit of reputation. And I like the idea of reputation basically being the currency that kind of promotes your progress through the campaign. You'll start at the low levels and then you'll get opportunities as this grows, and you'll kind of balance out the different tasks that you take based on the reputation or the gains that can be made. That's a pretty neat system, honestly. There's a bit of a gamification there as well. I do like the idea that the new game's going to be rewarding you for staying with a single team a bit more than Manager's Journey does. Because I think Manager's Journey, the way to really grow fast is to jump from team to team, to go from opportunity to opportunity, which makes sense. That's how the real world works. If you want to progress, you're generally going from job to job anyway, even outside of football. But you do get rewarded for being loyal, which is why I'm still with this club. I'm also testing that out to see how it feels. But yeah, let's do Sterling FC. We have McDowell. McDowell's very good. We're going to go ahead and boost up the defense a little bit. Why not? Let's see what they have. Looks like a 6-2-2. That's pretty defensive. They also have at least a 3-star player in McMullen. They also have Ooh, they have a universal forward from the Netherlands. He's gonna be tough. Plus 30% to all stats outright, which means his accuracy and control, especially his control, and his defense are gonna be boosted. His control is gonna go up by 30%, and then he's a universal forward, so it's gonna go up by another 30%. It's gonna be scary. If he gets motivated, he gets almost 100%. Which doesn't seem like a lot, but then if he holds the ball, that also kind of gives them a base of 47. So it's, yeah. And he also has slide tackle, because why not? He's gonna be a nightmare. He's absolutely gonna be a nightmare. And they were a first league team, so I'm not that surprised by this. They probably relegated. Let's see how we're gonna play this. They also have a 3-star goalkeeper and a 3-star CD. That's tough, really, because I don't know what the goalkeeper has. I can also analyze the opponent. There's also an option if you want to spend the glory. You can just analyze the opponent, and then you can play it like the game normally works, where you can see everything and you can see what the players are fielding, where they're positioned and stuff. But I'm going to leave that alone. Let's see what they got here. I'm going to play you on the wing, actually. Let's see, he's at... I get the feeling they're going to have someone on the wing, so I'm going to play him over there. They get the ball first. It's also snowing. Yeah, that's going to be a nightmare back there. I'm not really sure how to handle it, honestly. Ooh, no good. We're going to play him as well, because we need defense this game. And then Clark might get some play later on, not immediately. The youngsters need to sit down, because, yeah. And then we're going to take Fulalov out. We might play Atkins. Atkins is looking pretty good right now. I think I'm going to take out Masters because he's an amateur, so that's all right. Atkins, though. Atkins is looking pretty good. He's 25 there. He's almost... Yeah, so he's going to max out. He's okay. Like, he has 40 passing. That's going to go to, like, how much? How much passing is that? He's going to have 100 passing after you hold the ball, so I really need to focus on control now. And then he has cannon shot, which is better than shooting in most situations, so it's not bad. I think I'm going to take out Scarf. We're going to do that. What else are we going to do? They start with the ball. It's a tough one. Like, they're passing from the DM side because they have such a weak what do you call it, midfield. They have to pass from the DM and they have to pass it forward. They're gonna pass to the DM's gonna pass to the AM. He has 16 passing, so this might be okay. I'm not as concerned about it now. His passing's really weak, so I might be able to win the ball. Let's see what else we got. What else are we doing here? It's snowing, so I don't know if special skills from Kelman are going to be all that great. I'm also going to play Clark, just because I need a defender over there. And then I might do Allardyce as a winger, honestly. That way you can play the ball forward quickly. That might work. That might work. And then maybe you instead, especially since you're older. Yeah, but what if I need to get the ball inside? Tough choices. Kelman, maybe? Maybe Kelman in case I need to shoot the ball, strike it. And then I'll have Hani there in case I need to cross it. And then we're kind of playing it wide here. Let's see. Let's do this one and one more. Keep it to about an hour. So it's snowing. I like the old school football. The brown and black, the classic orange and black. Okay, they have the AM there. He's gonna pass it, yep. 101. Insane. I mean, obviously when you get to the Premier League, that's like slightly below average, but compared to what he started with, yeah, that's... And he's a forward. He has so many bonuses. It's crazy. Like, he has so many bonuses right now. Like, let me see if I can explain it. I have to stop and explain it. All right, so let's go through it. He's a universal forward, right? So he gets bonuses for being a universal forward. The obvious bonus is he can move 2 tiles. He gets a bonus to control when you hold the ball on the opponent's turn. Motivation lasts longer. He gets to shoot again if he gets to act again after an attempt on goal if he doesn't score. He has the usual stuff, right? And then he's also from the Netherlands, so he has total football, which means he gets plus 30% to all of his stats. So that's 30% to his accuracy and everything else. So it's gonna be like 30% to his control, plus another 30% to his control because he's a forward. If he gets motivated, it lasts for 1 turn longer, so he's gonna get 30% for being from the Netherlands. He's gonna get 30% for being motivated. It's gonna last another turn. If he has possession of the ball, he's gonna get 30%. Then he's going to get 30% again. Then if he's motivated, he's going to get 30% again. And if he holds the ball, it's going to be based on his new base, which is going to be 47. He's insane. And then look at these skills. I mean, the skills are just the icing on the cake. He has level 3 head play and slide tackle. Like, slide tackle is a bigger deal than head play in this case. It's, yeah, he's a nightmare. He is an absolute disgusting player, this guy. Yeah, he's not a guy I want to deal with. Slide tackle and everything. Ugh, jeez. What do we got? I can give it to him. He can run the flank. And they have an English AM, which is its own unique hell, right? Should I run the flank? 27. I'm gonna lob it just because he's here and he might actually win it via slide tackle. You know, physical, aggressive physicality for being English. And we're in Europe, so they're gonna have like players from various countries. I'm gonna lob it just because that keeps him in range and it gets the ball out of here, which is the biggest deal really. They have a DM. He doesn't have good passing, at least. That's something. He's gonna hold the ball. Yeah, he's gonna hold it. So he didn't have good passing, but after this he's gonna have like, let me see if I can do the math. That's 32. He's going to have about 40 passing, I believe. Which still isn't great, honestly. I'm going to press. I'm going to bring it down a little bit because I don't think there's anything else I can really do. Ugh. Ridiculous, this guy. Thinking about this. I'm going to press again. Free pressing. Yeah, so now he has less, right. Yeah, 40 passing, right? Okay, he's gonna pass to him. Ugh. Yeah. But they're pretty good. No problem. Ooh, it's also snowing though. That's tough. Ooh, I might be able to nutmeg. Is he a CD? He's not a CD, so I'm gonna go for the nutmeg. I might not make it because it's snowing though. I could shoot. I don't know. If I can get the nutmeg off, I have a huge opportunity. I can actually just cross it. Yeah, I have options if I get the nutmeg off. Thinking about it. What happens if I don't, though? You also have to think about potential failure. That's something I don't think most people do when they play the game. They play this game. It's generally just thinking about success. But you have to think about failure. What happens if I don't succeed? Like, he'll get the ball, he'll pass it to him. He'll probably pass it outright, I think. Maybe to him. So it might not be that bad because his passing's really bad. It's like 12 or so, 16. Yeah, it's really bad, so maybe. So it might be worth it. I'm going to take the risk. It didn't pay off, but let's see. Him? Yeah, now he's going to try to pass it, I think. Yeah, he got it through, though. You know why? It was an adjacent interception. An adjacent interception, what's the word? Attempt. So it was at 50%. So he was actually defending at 19, I think, because it didn't go straight through him. Unfortunate. I'm going to move the ball all the way over here because he's a nightmare. I don't want him getting the ball at all, you know. How's Clark doing? Clark is almost a defender. I just want to get him to amateur defender status. It's also our ball. thinking about this. It's just that everybody has slide tackle right now. It's generally not an issue. It's really not an issue if I'm being honest. It's not an issue at all, if I'm being completely honest. There's an easy way to combat slide tackle. I'm gonna do it right now, actually. Like anytime you're worried about it, just do this. And then maybe I'll change someone here. Maybe I'll do you. Could also get the ball into the box. I'm gonna have to take a shot though. Yeah. Just thinking, trying to think of the best play. I also have Atkins if I want to play him. He has solid control. Not good enough, but it's okay. And this is generally the best place to put them. I'm just trying to think this through here. I don't think you'll be able to do anything though. You might be able to, depending. So maybe we'll do that. Yeah, I don't think that head play is going to do much. He has 75, and I'm far away from the box. Let's see what we're going to do. Let's see. Let me see if I remember how this works. If I put him here, they would have to slide. No, it's not going to work. I could put him there, and then I could go there, I guess. Nah, I'm just going to hold it. Trying to think of the next play. What is the next play? Maybe here? Oh, he lost it. Right, but now, you know, good luck. Okay, he just went for a normal tackle. Because his defense gets boosted by 30% too. I mean, his defense is already really high. There we go. Forward ability. So, 30. It's going to be almost impossible to win the ball. Because, you know, Netherlands, total football. Trying to figure out how to play this. His passing's not great, so maybe I can take advantage of that. And then I'll do that. And I wonder what you're gonna do. Yeah, that's the only thing he can do. What now, though? Nothing, apparently. Jeez. Let me get behind him. I'm doing that in case he tries to lob the ball. That way I can fight for it in the air. The same way I did it a while ago. Or at least he did it a while ago. And then I'm going to go ahead and... Nope. There's no point in going for slide tackle. I'm just going to press. Try to force him to make a bad move. That's not going to work. Right, that's the bad move I wanted. I mean, he gets the ball, sure. Oh, that's smart. That's really smart. Gosh, if it wasn't snowing right now. I'm going to aggressive tackle. And I'm going to boot the ball as far as I can. I do not like this situation. What are you guys going to do? What you got? Okay, nothing. Slide tackle, but... Okay, nope. Normal tackle, smart. Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, I feel like this is pretty much all I can really do here. Because they're so dangerous, I can't let them shoot. Even if we stall out in the midfield, it's better than them getting another chance on goal. Yeah, they're just ridiculous, honestly. So I'll take the draw. It's a point. It's better than a loss, obviously. And then I also get some experience. McNee's looking pretty good. But I don't know what I'm going to do with you, McNee. What do you got? What do you got? I'm not sure. Ah, here we go. He's a D. Good. I need him to be a defender. He's probably going to be a CD, just because of reaction. Head play is good too, honestly. I feel like head play is better for CDs than reaction at this point. Like, reaction's really only good if you have a sweeper. Because when you have a sweeper, they can kind of rainbow feint all the way to the goal. If you don't have a sweeper, reaction's not that great, honestly. Like the worst case scenario, they might be able to get past one player, but then they're not directly in the box. They're like on the edge of the box. And then there are other ways to defend against what do you call it, rainbow feint. Honestly, I'll give it to them just because it's going to be easier to learn than the alternative, and it kind of allows me to just keep him in position if someone has rainbow feint. I guess it's not the best choice if I'm being honest. Oh, I realized the mic was muted. Yeah, I'm gonna call it for now. I'll pick it up again tomorrow evening. tomorrow evening if the weather is nice, late afternoon if the weather sucks. Though, but it's gonna be like later tomorrow evening. Then I'll bookmark it so Creo Team can check the matches and stuff. I know Cause watches the entire thing, but I'll bookmark it.